I'm talking today to Wendell Hicks and Ethan Cox from SAAF. Welcome, guys.
Thank you.
We'll start with Ethan. Ethan, what's your job here at SAAF?
I'm the Director of Development here at SAAF.
Okay, and what does that
mean? I pretty much oversee all of our fundraising efforts, including our 5 big events that we do each year, our direct mail, our newsletter, and just going out and asking people to support the mission.
Right. And the mission of SAAF is?
To create and sustain a healthier community through a compassionate, comprehensive response to HIV and AIDS.
About how many people does SAAF deal with on a yearly basis? How many clients do you have?
As far as people who are HIV positive and in need of services, just those people, not including their families, about 1,200 people a year.
Okay, wow. Yeah. How long have you been in this location?
We've been in this location for about 15 years.
Okay.
And SAAF was a merger between Tucson AIDS Project, Shanti, and PAC, People with AIDS Coalition of Tucson.
Yeah.
And a very successful merger. I was in Texas. We learned about that merger throughout AIDS service organizations across the country because it's kind of a small world when you're doing HIV work.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was timely. It was very smart, a smart move mostly for the clients.
It really does consolidate all the services that are needed by the HIV community. Wendell, let's talk about you a little bit. When did you become a part of Southern Arizona AIDS Foundation?
It's been a little over 3.5 years ago. I've been in this work for over 20 years, full-time. I was a volunteer before that in the mid-'80s. That's when I started volunteering.
When it first started?
Yes.
Wow. And where did you come from?
I worked and lived in East Texas, east of Dallas, and we covered a 23 very rural area of Texas bordering on Oklahoma, Arkansas, and Louisiana, so we took care of anything to do with HIV. We did it in that corner of the state. It's very refreshing to do it in Tucson after doing it that many years in East Texas.
But I do know that Tucson has a lot of, Pima County in Southern Arizona has a lot of rural areas. Are you able to service those people, be in touch with those people through some of the programs?
We do. I mean, we're Southern Arizona AIDS Foundation, and so that means that we do provide services to many people outside of Tucson and Pima County. They actually are patients at the clinics that we are hooked into and partner with, the 3 major ones, as well as private physicians. But we also provide testing and education in 9 different counties. We run 2 different statewide programs. So we're really all over the state, but primarily our core services are Southern Arizona.
What are some of the core programs that SAAF delivers to its clients?
Right. Well, in addition to the care services programs for people living with HIV and AIDS, as well as their families, we provide prevention services to targeted at-risk or higher risk groups in the community. We have currently, I believe, 9 prevention programs that are targeted to different individuals, and then we also do HIV testing here at the offices as well.
Great. I know you guys do a lot of hands-on services. One of them I wanted to talk about was the food pantry, and I personally had to take advantage of it at times. Why don't we take a look at that, and you can tell us a little bit about what that does for our community.
Great.
The Food for Life program, tell us a little bit about that.
Food for Life program is something that I'm amazed that has been able to be sustained with this agency over the years, and gratefully, because what it does is it provides 3 meals a day, 7 days a week for about 35 clients who are not able to get out, not able to really cook for themselves. And so not only does it provide those healthy meals, which local restaurants, local Tucson original restaurants contribute to give them kind of a dining in experience because they can't get out of their home. It provides those 3 meals a day, but it also runs with 1 chef, 1 paid person, and 27 volunteers who go to the person's home, and that may be the only person they see. And so there are good connections, good human connections there. If something's wrong, if something goes wrong with the person that we serve, that volunteers do know something.
Yeah, exactly. They're checking in on them.
570
Per month that are served through the
The food pantry.
Wow. Okay. Great.
And they get 1 of these, depending on the family size.
Right, they either get the bag or the box, and then they get a supplemental bag.
And that's are you talking about cheese and meat, butter, high protein stuff to work with the medications and make sure that we're getting plenty of protein.
Great.
We're a local distribution site with the community food bank, so our clients can come here and get their food and not have to go to another site. We're actually connected to the food bank.
Right.
Now, in addition to what we provide through or in collaboration with the food bank, we have what we call harvest days, which is fresh vegetables, meats, cheese, butter, things high in protein, because when you have HIV, you got to have those kinds of that kind of intake of food, and not necessarily just calories.
Yes. Yeah. You're right. This is Dave Martinez, and he is in charge of M-Shape. Dave, why don't you tell us a little bit about what M-Shape does?
Well, M-Shape stands for Men's Health, Men's Sexual Health and Personal Empowerment. It's a community building program for gay and bi men, or whoever identifies as men. Part of the program is having a safe space where the guys can come and hang out. So we have our lounge here. It's the center of all the activities. We do a lot of social events outside of here to build community, make people feel part of the community, part of something. Amazing. So it's all about building community, kind of stretching out your boundaries a little more to get more comfortable with yourself. So, and by doing that, you're building community, so you're building value in someone.
So this is the M-Shape Lounge. What kind of events do you get to do here?
We do movie nights, social events. We watch gay-themed TV shows. We have We Night. We do some workshops around HIV and STDs and other stuff around HIV, around disclosure. We also do workshops around talking about, coming out experiences, and all that stuff. It's a place where usually you can't talk about that stuff. There's no really safe place. So we try to create that atmosphere where we can talk about anything, relationship issues or whatnot. So.
And people can find out more by contacting you here at SAAF?
Yeah, or our Facebook page too. Also, we have all the information on there.
Okay, so it's always good to know that you got a Facebook page.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you.
Cool.
There used to be a policy, a program where bars would be able to give away free condoms. Are you still able to do that?
A condom brigade.
Condom brigade, yes.
Yeah, we still have those out there all over.
Wonderful. One of the things I think I noticed the most was information. Information's available everywhere. There are brochures all over in different languages, and there's ways. All you gotta do is pick up a brochure, and you can find out where the help is, what the risks are.
Yeah, education is a big part of what we do here. Education for people that are not HIV positive and for people that are HIV positive.
Okay. Ethan, let's talk a little bit about the fundraising. How much of your yearly budget is funded through your fundraising efforts?
Yeah, we raise about $850,000 a year through our events, direct mailings, and all the other ways that we go about raising funds.
You recently had your Jello wrestling.
Yep.
How much money did that raise?
It was the best year ever. We did $56,000. Best year in 24 years.
That's amazing. Where was that held?
It was over at Kennedy Fiesta Park.
Okay.
It was the first year that we've been out there, but went incredibly well.
Great. One of the other events I remember from the early days that's still going very strong is the Festival of Life. Festival for Life?
Festival for Life.
Yeah. Tell us a little bit about how that got started, what you know about it, and what it does now.
Yeah, Festival for Life actually started out as a festival of trees. And it was mostly centered around Christmas trees, and they would do it about the same time of year in November. And from there, it grew into what it is today, which is a very successful live and silent auction. We had last year more than 600 gifts, pieces of artwork, one-of-a-kind type trips and whatnot. And we had a very successful year last year. The festival went really well. It was our first year at the Tucson Chinese Cultural Center, and we will be going back. It was a great venue for that.
Right.
We also do a Moda Provocateur, which we can say in shorthand is a fashion, hair, and style show, but it's so much more than that. And I think we should make the tagline, it's not your grandmother's fashion show. It's over the top, an incredible event that we do at the University of Arizona every year. And then there's, of course, AIDS Walk, which is our biggest fundraiser that we do on the U of A campus every October. This year it's on October 16th. And that event brings together thousands and thousands of people from the community who either do our 5K walk or the 10K fun run. It's a great event. And then we just added a new event a couple years ago called Bowling for Tommy, which is in memory of a board member that passed away, Tommy Jim, who had been a longtime supporter and board member of SAAF. And this event we created to honor his memory. And that'll be celebrating his 3rd year in January. It's a great one that we do down at Bedrocks.
You do have a number of people employed by SAAF, but I know you work a lot with volunteers.
SAAF really started out of volunteer efforts. The 3 organizations that came together to create SAAF started out with no employees and built very slowly. The nice thing about it is we've maintained that, and SAAF has integrated volunteers into just about every corner of the organization and all of the work that we do. It's volunteers that go out and educate people about staying safe. It's volunteers that are often taking those condom packets out to the bars. It's volunteers who are peer counselors who are the first people that someone might see after they've tested positive. Our volunteers deliver more than 45,000 meals each year to people that are homebound there or can't feed themselves. Volunteers are an integral part of every corner of the organization. And in fact, when you guys came in today, the receptionist up there was a volunteer.
Right.
So, and that's really the tip of the iceberg. We probably see anywhere from 1,500 to 2,000 volunteers every year. Sometimes we see them just one time at an event. They'll come out and help, and some of them are here once, twice, 3 times a week, making a huge difference for SAAF.
Right. If I've got some extra time and I really want to help my community, go to the website?
Absolutely, but I would say, take it one step further. Give us a call. The best way to find out about the opportunities here is to call us up, speak with our volunteer coordinator, or you can speak with me. And usually the first steps for anyone that wants to volunteer is we have them go through our volunteer orientation. And that is really more for them than it is for SAAF, because it gives people an idea of the organization and the varied activities that volunteers can do. We always have people leaving this orientation saying, I had no idea that I could do that, or I had no idea that that opportunity existed, and getting very jazzed and excited about the different sorts of things that they can do here.
How many people are employed by SAAF?
We've actually seen a great deal of growth over the last year and a half. When I first arrived, we had about 45 employees. We're right at 70 employees now.
Wow, and they all help to provide the services that are necessary?
Yes, our prevention efforts have been increased by about 78% over the last year and a half.
Okay.
And our agency budget has increased over 25% since the last year.
Wow, okay.
So we feel really good about that for many reasons, because we can meet more needs because there's more people with need. But also during the worst economic time, since the Great Depression, it feels good to be able to show some growth.
Yeah. About how much money does it cost to keep SAAF going?
Well, we just put together a new budget for our new year starting July 1st, and it's just under $7 million.
$7 million, wow.